Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's April 26th, 2017. Derek, who built Gematrinator.com, the website with the Gematria calculator, date calculator, and more, he asked if I would share with you his most recent project. He's been building memes to share Gematria knowledge, and he's given me a small collection of them to share, and hopefully this will inspire you to do something similar. I think this is a great idea, a really effective way of spreading this information on the internet as it's used by most people. These memes can be posted on social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Create a picture that has a very simple Gematria message to understand that will spark someone's curiosity. And here are some of Derek's ideas. He noticed that using the Google Earth application from the Melbeek train station, which was bombed in Brussels on March 22nd, 2016, to the Westminster Bridge, where the attack began on March 22nd, 2017 in London, two attacks blamed on ISIS, he noticed that those two March 22nd attacks were exactly 322 kilometers apart, from the station to the bridge. 322 kilometers apart, March 22nd. If you've seen my work on these incidents, there's a whole lot more that you could make a meme about these incidents. You might recall that the last Belgium terror attack before the March 22nd, 2016 one was exactly 223 weeks earlier, to the day. And the neighborhood that happened in had Gematria of 223, just like Melbeek Metro Station. But anyway, if we start creating images like this with the knowledge, some other things that you could stick on this, you could make, a message about how they're trying to create holy wars. You could point out the definition of Abrahamic religions, 322. That's Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. This practice is a Jewish practice, Gematria, by the way. The ancient mystery religions, what secret societies are based in, old world occult knowledge that the Rosicrucians mixed the Bible with. I am quite convinced that Bibles as we have them, as full of numbers as they are, we have the Bibles that are a product of the old world Christianity with the Rosicrucians' agenda. They worked with the Catholic Church to hybridize the old world esoteric knowledge with the Bible. I think the Bibles as we know them, with all the numbers and encoding that we talk about on this channel, I think this is exactly why we see this. Abrahamic religions 322, ancient mystery religions 322. There's an overlap and people don't know about it. Also, these wars, or these staged false flags, are for needless banker tyrant wars, which are run by Zionist Freemasons. Military industrial complex 322. Think about it. Staged attacks, excuse for war, war making, 322 kilometers apart on March 22nd. Again, Melbeek Metro Station equals 223. That attack came 223 weeks after the last Belgium attack. And there's even more. Think about the helicopter that they showed off in London. A million different memes could be made about that, So, here's another great one. I think this is the Gematria starting point for most people. If someone's interested in September 11th, you can show them why Gematria is the language to know. Right here with Flight 77, which on September 11th crashed into the Pentagon. Remember, Pentagon construction began September 11th, 1941. 60 years to the day. Anyway, true information. Supposedly, on September 11, 2001, Flight 77, exactly 77 minutes after taking off, hit the 77-foot-tall Pentagon on the 77th meridian, traveling at a rate of speed of 777 feet per second. This is all from the 9/11 Commission report. He puts in this note about the time it crashed, which is pretty mind-boggling too. That might really trip somebody out. The time of the crash was 9:37 and 46 seconds, as reported. If you write out those numbers, 9, 37, 46, it sums to 343, the product of 7 times 7 times 7. That might be too much for somebody. But the 77 is very strong. And what I would have made in bigger print instead of doing this, what Derek did, is I would have just showed how September 11th equals 77 in World Trade Center. Because, you know, to me, that's just the icing. All of these 77s, you could also show how Judaism equals 77, Zionism 77, theater 77. Think about the theater of war. Remember the headlines on September 11th? Emergency in America. War against America. Attack on America. Depending on what cable news you flip to, that's what the headline was. You know, war, emergency, America under attack. Also, let's not forget the recent story that I covered. The young woman who was her job was treating the victims of Sandy Hook. She was in a pancake eating contest and choked to death, dying. And her father died as a hero on September 11th in the collapse of the towers, which is blamed on the pancake theory. You see what these jokes are, Truth Seeker? We're being made fun of. And this story was from the 93rd day of the year. Think about the 93 World Trade Center bombing. Think about Flight 93 of 33 passengers. They say the first plane to hit on 9/11 hit floors 93 through 99. That was Flight AA-11. Hit the big buildings that look like number 11s in the 11th state, New York, on the 11th day of the 9th month. If you know my work on Tisha B'Av, think about what an awesome meme that would make. With Solomon's Temple. There's so many things we can do. We can put together these really quick graphics with the numbers of significance. Derek's got a great idea here, and I got to tell you, for years people have been telling me I should do this. I honestly don't know how to make a meme, but you know what? I'm going to figure out how to get the application I need to start doing something like this too, because this could be a whole lot more effective than videos and blog posts. People are on social media. You know, one of these catches your eye, maybe go, huh. You know, maybe a baseball fan sees this. If I was going to do a baseball one, I'd have a graphic of a baseball, maybe with a major league, 108 double stitches. You know, maybe showing how the Cubs broke the curse in 108 years, how the tallest building is 108 stories, plus a number of those other 108s I showed you with baseball from last year. That might make a great baseball meme. Or maybe just one with 162, or one with just 54. But look at all this information. This is a powerful one. A lot of information here. But remember, baseball, 162. Major League Baseball, when written out, 162. MLB, in Sumerian, the acronym 162. 162 game season. You know, just that right there. That should catch anybody's eye. Is that really a coincidence? You know, you start thinking about it deeper. Baseball, 54. In two methods. 54 outs in a complete game. You know, so his meme here captures that. You could also point out how every single number on this screen has numerology of 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. 1 plus 6 plus 2 is 9. 9 innings in baseball. You know, the fastest way a pitcher could get out 3 batters with strikeouts would be 9 straight strikes. Not sure how many times that's happened in baseball. I'd like to check that out. It must have happened at least one time, as many ball games have been played. Here's another great one, and there's so much you could do with this. We had the recent story, April 17th, the Black Hawk Down helicopter at the golf course in Maryland. Check this out. Trump and Maryland both equal 88. It was Trump's 88th day as president. And look, you guys, I told you on Inauguration Day, or even before that, when Trump was elected, I said just wait until his 88th day in office. There's going to be some big ritual tribute. And I'm going to be putting out a video today later because I really connected it. But just for now, here's enough. On the 88th day, we had this helicopter crash. Helicopter crash equals 88. It crashed at Breton Bay Golf Course, 88. Breton Bay Golf Course also has Gematria of 888 in Satanic, just like Donald J. Trump is 888 in Sumerian. And remember, from Trump publishing his book, The America We Deserve, to him becoming president was exactly 888 weeks. And the title, or the author title he uses on that book is Donald J. Trump, 888. All of this stuff proves the planned narrative, the scripting we're living out, the big jokes that are upon us. But there's so much more you could do with this Breton Bay Golf Course. It was April 17th, the number of the beast, using the alphabetic order, is 174, like 17/4. Helicopter 666 in Sumerian Gematria. The number of the beast is 666. The word beast also has Gematria 47 and 88, just like the name Trump. President's 47, White House 47, Government 47, Authority 47, special number 47 degrees on the Freemason compass. Also, with regards to the golf course, real quick, the golf course, Breton Bay Golf Course, also sums to 223, just like Black Hawk Down. And you can verify all this really quick on Derek's calculator. Black Hawk Down 223, Breton Bay Golf Course. Oops, I spelled it wrong. It's no N, that's why. It's Breton Bay Golf Course, 223. The Black Hawk Down at Breton Bay Golf Course. And also comical, the day before this news, you just got to appreciate this. Maryland 47, Trump 47. The day before this news, the headlines were, most U.S. troops sent to Somalia since Black Hawk Down. Then the next day we get the helicopter crash. You know what I mean? Anyway, 223 and 666 have a relationship because in the verse that teaches about 666, right here, Revelation 13, it says, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, which has gematria of 223. Breton Bay Golf Course 223, helicopter 666, number of the beast April 17th. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Number of the beast 174. Sumerian gematria, helicopter 666. I have a story from 2 years ago about Donald Trump saying, I am Batman on a helicopter. Batman in reverse Sumerian is also 666. My next video is going to be about how all of this is interconnected. Something major with Batman, Yale, and Skull and Bones. It's going to blow your mind. Here's another one, awesome one that Derek caught. We got two recent stories of first-person shooter, like people are used to watching through a movie or a video game, of these shootings that were put on the news. One was in Roanoke, Virginia, where they filmed the movie What About Bob? A little Hollywood town. And then the other one was this Easter Sunday Stevie Steve shooting. Remember, when you write out Easter Sunday, it sums to 44, just like when you write out 44. I wish you would have put April 4th up here, too, because Easter Sunday falls on April 4th every so often. And April 4th, 4-4. Anyway, Easter Bunny has the gematria of 144. Remember, if you add the first 144 decimal points of pi, it sums to 666. Santa Claus equals 666. Santa equals 55, like Satan. Anyway, what he points out is the relationship between 44 and 144. Time and Killer have the gematria of 144. And these two staged incidents were 14,400 hours apart. He said from the start of the day to the start of the day the news happened. That's how he measured that. That day, those two incidents in days. And you can verify it yourself. You can verify it right at his website. Come up to the date durations and punch in the two dates. Very quick to get the dates. I'll have you guys know that when I decoded this and showed what a hoax it was, YouTube put me in bad standing for 1 year. That's why I could only make 15-minute videos for so long, just for exposing how ridiculous this story was. YouTube, something else. So here, I think he meant to make this bigger. Notice it says Aaron Hernandez 144 up here. He should have made that bigger, but anyway, he made headlines on April 14th. The whole Aaron Hernandez story was by the numbers. And I have a lot of information on my blog about Aaron Hernandez that I haven't done videos on. His entire story is by the numbers, and it continues to roll out by the numbers. The new details about John 3:16 in his head and the notes and something engraved in his arm. What is it, Roanoke, like they engraved on the Lost Colony? Did you guys see the headline after Aaron Hernandez died that he's no longer guilty of murder because of Massachusetts state law? Something called abatement. Read my blog. I'm pretty sure that, just like I said in the beginning before Aaron Hernandez died, this was all a ritualistic hoax like the O.J. Simpson trial, a riddle with sports. I'm pretty sure Aaron Hernandez is alive and well and off to live his new life. He died in jail cell number 57. The Patriots just won the Super Bowl in their 57th season. Stuff's a joke. Go back and watch my video on Aaron Hernandez from 2015. I talked about the significance of 27 with Aaron Hernandez, and then he dies at age 27. The man he killed that he was in prison for died at age 27 too, and his initials were OL, Odin Lloyd, 15 plus 12, 27, OL, O's 15, L's 12, alphabetic order. But anyway, Derek points out here that on the same day that Aaron Hernandez died, the same day the Patriots visited the White House, the Nationals also won 14-4. And what did I tell you before the season began? I said the Nationals look ripe for the World Series this year. Everything lines up for them, a team that's never been. I also just want to point out real quick that Aaron Hernandez has named Gematria of 234. You add that number to its reflection, 432. It sums to 666. The first 144 decimal points of pi sum to 666. Mark of the beast equals 144. The number of the beast is 666. Another good one Derek did, Trump's age, inauguration day, 70 years, 7 months, and 7 days. Trump inauguration using the prime cipher, 777s. I'm not so sure about this one. Derek likes it. Brother Berg, if you're out there, I know Brother Berg likes this. Derek doesn't know about Brother Berg because Derek came along after Brother Berg, but Brother Berg was always all about that, finding the number with the 1 in front, saying, yeah, that's pretty similar. I mean, maybe it is. But I think better than that is the motto, order out of chaos, which is important to Freemasonry. I definitely would have put that on there. But I mean, that's just the thing. It doesn't matter. Everybody can put these memes, get their own creativity, their own ideas. It's about introducing this information to people who have no idea, which in the United States of America is 99.99999%. You know what I mean? And I didn't do that for an upside down 666. I'm just saying almost nobody knows about this knowledge. Almost no one. If you're one of the people who follow my channel, you know it says 50,000 people follow me. 50,000's almost no one in America, you know? Nation of well over 300 million. So we got to get the word out, and this is a great way to do it. Quick and easy, you know, grabs the eye, presents the information quickly. So I'm going to link this blog post. Derek won't mind if you copy these and share them on your own Facebook wall, and, you know, just figure out how to work a computer. You should be able to click on the image, you know, maybe a right click if you're on PC. A right click should bring up a menu like this. I'm on a Mac. And then you can just save these images, and you could create a folder, Gematria Memes folder, save them there, you know, share them quickly with people. You know, keep your knowledge organized. So the post is down below. Just go to the post, copy and save away. And I'll also link the Gematrinator calculator. Also, a lot of you have been saying you want lists of numbers. Well, now you have it. Here's how I recommend doing the searches. You can search for any number correlation with any cipher, but what I would recommend is just searching within a certain cipher and getting a really tight search, finding all the numbers that link with, you know, that cipher. So let's just say you wanted 33s that have been input in this calculator system in full reduction. Just eliminate all of your ciphers down to full reduction and search the 33, and it's going to generate every 33 that's ever been put into this calculator. You know, some of these terms will be throwaways, but some are going to be things like, oh, wow, I never noticed that before, that are so powerful. And just real quick, just so you know, I got to give this guy his attention since he wants it so bad. I want to show you something. This morning, our favorite friend, you know, Montagraph, on his backup channel, The Umbrella Man, he put out another video for me. Specific numbers for Zachary K. Hubbard. Last time he did this, it was for Christmas Eve, and how I better look out because the weirdos have my address, and the next thing I knew, a car crashed into my house. But anyway, today he put out a video, and he said the numbers are 166 and New York City. And when he said that, I already knew a few things about 166 and New York City, and I said, well, let me use this function here. And what I did was I searched the 166s. I'll show you exactly what I did. If I can get, oh, I got to go way down here to the, wait, how do we get back? All right, got to come down here to the ciphers. This is how I searched this morning for 166. I kept these two, ordinal, which is the alphabetic order, and reverse ordinal, which is the alphabetic order in reverse. I punched in 166, and I clicked match. And the way this works is, you know, it highlights if it's a match in reverse ordinal or ordinal. And I already knew a number of 166s, but I picked up some good ones just from putting about 5 minutes in. This post took about 5 minutes to make real quick. This is how quick you can do this research now with these tools at your fingertips. In 5 minutes, I put this list together. And again, I already knew some of these, but I added a lot here. I knew that Twin Towers was 166. New York, 166, Twin Towers. I knew that 110 equaled 166. These are things I figured out a couple years ago. The World Trade Centers were 110 stories tall. You could write that word as 110 or 110. The English language is flexible, and we didn't make it this way. The people who gave it to us did. And I think part of the reason they had so much flex and variation in the way we say words and write them is for this gematria encoding. Real quick, you know how people argue over the spelling of Savior? Some people say it shouldn't have a U. Some people say it should have a U. Look at that. It's the same forwards and back. You know, and 84 is a special number in the Bible. Good book equals 84. I don't want to get off the tangent. I'm just trying to make a point about the way words are spelled and the English language is. Nonsensical things, such as the way 40 is spelled. 40 equals 84. In reduction, United States is 40 and United States of America is 84. There's this relationship with 40 and 84. Oh yeah, but also when you write out 44, it sums to 144, that special relationship we already covered, just like when you write out April 4th. And that's only possible because 40 is spelled in this mutilated way. Where's the U in 40? Shouldn't there be a U there? Why isn't there a debate over the right way to spell 40? When I was a kid, this used to kill me. It didn't make any sense to me. I was just like, our language doesn't make any sense. You know, 4 is F-O-U-R. Why would 40 be without a U? But the reason why is because of gematria. So anyway, some other ones that I already knew. New York nuked 166. The reason that's interesting is because we don't know exactly what brought down the World Trade Centers and made them seemingly vaporize into dust in the air. Some people say nukes are a complete hoax. You know, I don't know that they have the capability that they do, but they obviously have powerful explosives and bombs, the powers that shouldn't be. And they love explosions and demolitions. This is their game. You know, they love to show us demolitions on TV. They love to put them in the movies. One of their favorite things. But anyhow, they called the site of the World Trade Center collapse Ground Zero. And prior to that day, the only definition of Ground Zero that existed was the point on Earth, above ground or below ground, that an atomic or nuclear bomb explodes. And just real quick, the World Trade Centers were on the 74th meridian, nuclear, 74, like energy, like weapon. Special number there, 74. So anyway, New York nuked 166. Think about all the people that got sick after. Radiation poisoning from whatever went off with the explosives. September 11 equals 166. I talked about that years ago, and it's sort of cheating because you'd say September 11th. But it is interesting that September 11 is 166. Secret Society 166. The Day of the Lord 166. To the psychopaths, the word Lord means something different. And just in case you didn't know, Lord has gematria 49. Just like in reduction, Twin Towers is 49. The 49th governor, Nelson Rockefeller, approved the project. This year, 2017, on the 49th day of the year, the blind Sheik died, who was responsible for the 93 World Trade Center bombing. He died on the 49th day. So anyway, Day of the Lord. More interesting. If you've never seen my work on the World Trade Centers and Solomon's Temple, they're absolutely intertwined. The entire thing of the World Trade Centers was a ritual with the destruction of the two temples, Solomon's Temple and the rebuilt structure in its name. The first time the Solomon's Temple was destroyed, it was by Nebuchadnezzar II, which equals 166. You know, here I can just show you real quick. World Trade Center, 185. Solomon's Temple, 185. And notice the 68. Again, in 1968, 911 made the National Emergency Dialing Code. World Trade Center construction began in New York, and George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones. His birthday is a span of 68 days before September 11th. The Jewish holy day remembering the destruction of the two temples is Tisha B'Av, 911. You see? They destroyed the two towers by the numbers in a long-planned ritual. That's why 68's the year that construction began. That's why George W. Bush was the President of the United States. Tetragrammaton. See my video from Christmas time on this number. Talked about 166 and went in depth there. Important to the Jewish faith. The White House 166. One World Order 166. Supernatural 166, the Terminator 166, the Government 166, Terrorist Act 166, Secret Knowledge, the North Star. All of these are using the alphabetic order. So in this calculator, that's your dark green method that says English ordinal. All of those are that. And from this other list, down here I just took a few ones in reverse ordinal. Empire State 166, never caught that before. That was a new one. 11 years, never caught that before. George Herbert Walker Bush gave his speech about the New World Order on September 11th, 1990. 11 years to the day of September 11th when his son was president, when the big buildings that look like 11s came down in the 11th state on the 11th day of the month. You might also recall there was a storm off the coast of New York that never made it inland. That was another thing New York was looking at when September 11th happened. Interesting how Mother Nature's 166 and perfect storm. Think about Hurricane Sandy, Sandy Hook. Montagraph, you know, who this time has a mask with, I don't want to talk about this mask, but he didn't have eyes into this time. But anyway, Montagraph, he was referring to the number as 166. And I just noticed that 166 is also 138. Number that has a relationship to Saturn, as well as the date of establishment for New York. You know, the Empire State. Remember the word empire in reductions, 39, like New York. 39, that big number in New York. United Nations, 39 floors tall. But think about Donald Trump, Mr. New York. And in his book that he wrote, that he put out 888 weeks to Inauguration Day, in that book he predicts 9/11, you know? Think about it. He even knew they'd blame it on Osama bin Laden. Another character made up by the numbers. We could even do a Montagraph meme, you know, expose YouTube shills. And then you could show, you know, like Montagraph 113, like Scottish Rite Freemasonry, who's obsessed with their black and white checkered floors. You could show all the years of people saying what a psychopath Montagraph is, working with the authorities, trying to intimidate YouTube truthers. You know, this guy obviously has some pull. This guy told a story about me and a dead squirrel, and some asshole that he knows somewhere close to me came and put a dead squirrel on my property. You know, this is what this guy's been doing for 10 years. But Montagraph sees I don't scare. You know, I'm not afraid of some backwoods hillbilly that, you know, can't even say his words without showing his real face. He has to put the mask over it. But you see what these goons are, and we can put these memes up everywhere. We can expose, you know, what's wrong in the media, the shills trying to distort truth, intimidate the truth speakers. We can do it all. I have 50,000 subscribers. Imagine if 1/10 of you, imagine if just 5 of you, no, not just 5, I mean just 5,000 of you. Imagine if 5,000 of you hear the call and make a meme and put it out on social media. How many eyes are those 5,000 memes going to make it to? Each of you probably know at least 150 people on your social media. So what's, you know, let's do some math. What's 5,000 times 150? You know, that's the next step. You know, and imagine one of those people catches on in each of your groups. And then they're help putting out the numbers, you know? See what I mean? This is what we got to do. We got to make this knowledge go viral. There's a way to do it. I haven't figured that out yet. And since I've been here, I've been saying I hope the right people come along to help me get this message out where it belongs. You know, Derek's one of those people. There's been other people. I'm grateful for all of you who help and support, but we need more truth seeker. All right, until next time.